What up, my beautiful listeners? Welcome to this week's episode of Chiquis and Chill. I don't know if you've heard, I'm sure you have, of the phrase keeping up with the Joneses. But if you haven't, don't worry, you're in luck because we're going to talk about all of that today. I know it's a little bit of an older phrase, but it's still very relevant and something a lot of people struggle with, especially in this era of social media. And I'll be honest, it's a trap I have fallen into in the past. But today, things are a lot different for me, and I want to share. So let's talk about it. All right, so what does keeping up with the Joneses mean? It's basically when you're constantly trying to match everyone else's lifestyle or trying to one-up them, even if you can't afford it. And I will say, especially in the beginning of my career, when I became a singer after my mom passed, in like 2013, 2014, 15, 16, I think all the way up until like 2018, something clicked. Anywho, I felt like I had to play the part, that fake it till you make it sort of thing. It's a saying that we've mentioned before and I've said it before. I don't like that saying, but I realized that I was doing that for a while, and it was because I wanted to be respected. In my career, I wanted to be taken seriously. And I thought, well, artists need this type of car and this type of clothes, and they need to have chains. And even if they're not real diamonds, like they look like it. It was all of that pressure that made me do things that at the end of the day made me unhappy. As crazy as that sounds, I was buying things that I had no business buying. Yeah, maybe I had the money to buy it, but that doesn't mean I had enough money to buy it. Like, I should have been spending those thousands of dollars in a business, in an investment home. And now I think about it, I'm like, oh my goodness, the amount of money that I spent not only on clothes and shoes and purses and cars and jewelry, on parties to make other people happy, to invite people that weren't really my friends, that I knew and I'm cool with, but I wouldn't consider a part of my inner circle enough to invite you to my home. And I would do that. Sure, I had fun. Yeah, I'm not going to say I didn't have fun and I didn't enjoy the presence of these people. Of course I did. But the amount of money that I spent just to look cool, just to say I could throw this party for the new year, or I would throw a lot of holiday parties before, is just crazy, guys. Like, I think back and it kind of makes my tummy turn because I'm like, oh my God, like cringe, But it's growth and it's learning and it's maturing, and I'm not mad at myself for it. I'm grateful that I can realize it and just learn from it. And I see that happening a lot, especially on social media. And I know I have an episode on it, on how people just front, and even sometimes the cars aren't theirs. They'll rent them for the day and just say, okay, I'm going to post this because it makes me look cool. And the car was just rented, which is cool. If that's what you want to do, cool. That's awesome. Whatever makes you happy. That wasn't making me happy. I never rented a car to do, unless it was like a photo shoot or a video. But when I got a G-Wagon and that thing was like $100,000, cool. I mean, if you have the money, you have millions, do it. You know what I mean? But now I just see things differently. A luxury vehicle comes with a lot of responsibility. Especially, let's talk about the G-Wagon, because that was like my freaking dream car. And I got it. And someone once told me, if you're going to complain about filling up the tank, then that means you probably shouldn't have the car. And I was like, well, damn, I probably shouldn't, because it's a gas guzzler. It's awesome. I loved it. I'm so grateful that I was able to drive that thing. But now I'm thinking, like, I need to be smarter with my money, and I don't need to buy that car. I should spend those $100,000 as a down payment to a home, an investment home, a business, And again, I'm grateful. I don't want to sound ungrateful. I don't want to knock anybody. If that's what you want, if that's a car you're driving, girl, I'm happy for you. I'm talking about me now that my mindset has changed. I'm not saying I'll never drive a G-Wagon, because I will be honest, the electric one is looking real nice. But then I looked at the price and I was like, girl, we're not there right now. Like, I could, but not just because I could does that mean I should, luxury cars do come with a lot of responsibility. For instance, if you, God forbid, crash it or someone hits you, the parts are so expensive to fix the car. The more luxury the vehicle is, the more expensive it is to service it. Even an oil change is ridiculously expensive. The brakes, the tires. Now I think about all of that. Before I didn't. And I think that's what the difference is. Now I'm more mindful. Now I'm not worried about my status or how people are going to view me if I walk into rehearsals for a show I'm going to be on. For instance, like when they have the award shows and, before it was like, I gotta look good. The cameras are going to be there. I got to wear this expensive thing, or I got to like look like an artist. What the hell does like an artist look like? First of all, but in my mind, it was like, I got to look like an artist. I'm like, I am an artist. I don't need to look like one. You know what I mean? And now it's just, I don't know. Now I'm just more mindful in everything that I do. And even with purses, guys, like I love bags. I do. But now I'm starting to resell a lot of my luxury bags and purses on the Real. That's where I've been doing it mainly. And I'm like, okay, thank you, bag. I thank it. I do. And I'm like, thank you for being with me during these times. I appreciate it. Now you're going to go to someone else. Our time is up. And it might sound silly, but I'm the type of person that names my cars. I don't necessarily name my purses unless it has a specific name or like a specific like meaning. But I do speak to my things. I mean, I'll speak to my shoes and I'm like, damn, you hurt me today. Or like, I do. That's just a side note. But even with my purses, again, I'm learning to donate. I've always donated, but now I'm like, okay, if I'm going to purchase a bag, then I need to sell one or give one away, donate it. It's not just, okay, I'm going to buy a purse and keep buying and keep buying. Like I'm just filling up my closet with just stuff. And for me, like it just becomes stagnant energy. And I just want to keep the energy flowing in my household, in my career, in my clothing. And the way to do that is being intentional by doing that. And that's what I'm doing. Even with jewelry, I've never really been a diamond girl. I had an era of diamonds, and it had nothing to do with diamonds and the flashiness of them or like diamonds are a girl's best friend. My thing was different. But there was a time when I was with a specific person that will remain nameless, but that's when I bought a little bit more jewelry, but that was never really me. It was something that I was, I guess, peer pressured into doing. And I guess maybe for a tiny bit of time, I thought it was cool, but I've never been that type of girl of like diamonds. It's not my thing. And the crazy thing is that because I've never been a diamond girl, I didn't know the difference between real diamonds or lab diamonds. And I realized that there was a person that was selling me all this stuff that were basically not real diamonds. They were lab diamonds. But it's okay. You live and you learn. And I should have just gone with my intuition then where I was like, I don't really need this. It's not really my style, but okay, it's cool. It's what an artist wears, or uses. And I spent a lot of unnecessary money on that. And it's just now I'm like, no, I'm not spending on jewelry unless it's a watch that I really love. And thank God a friend of mine just gave me for my birthday last year a Rolex. And that's something that I could buy, but I just didn't. I hadn't bought myself one. I just felt like, how am I going to pay that amount of money for a watch? Like, I couldn't see myself doing it unless I really love a watch like a Cartier, right? But God is good to me and God sent it with my sister Jenica for Christmas. Look at that. I was like, oh my God, I was looking at this watch and I was like, I even told myself, I was like, I don't feel comfortable spending this amount on this right now. If I do well in the beginning of the year, then I'll go ahead and see where we're at and maybe I'll buy it. And then I got it for Christmas, guys. So I'm like, look at that. I manifested it. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm just asking myself more now. Do I need this? And most of the time it's no, because it's more of a want. And it's okay to want things and to buy yourself because you deserve it. And you're like, I'm going to go buy myself a bag. Cool, do it. But do it for the right reasons. not to keep up, not to one up, not to go off and show it off and be like, oh yeah, I got this. It's, I bought this bag or I bought this watch because I want it, because me, not for anyone else. I worked hard and I deserve this something, whatever it may be. And for a moment there, I was doing and buying things not for myself, for other people, to get quote unquote respected, as silly as that sounds. And I'm just being real. A lot of people won't sit here and tell you this the way it is, but I'm not most people. I'm Chiquis, and I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna be vulnerable, and I'm gonna be honest and transparent with you guys. And it's not something that I'm necessarily proud of, but it's not something that I'm ashamed of either, because I grew and I learned. And this is what this podcast is all about, is being honest with you guys, because that's the only way that there could be change, is by saying the truth. And for me, sharing my personal experiences and the things that I have grown from and the adversities that I have faced, to hopefully keep you guys from making the same mistake. Or maybe you didn't even realize that you're doing this right now. And that's okay too. Doesn't make you a bad person to want things and to buy yourself things. It becomes a problem when you're doing it for the wrong reasons. It becomes a problem when you're purchasing things out of your means. And I've seen that happen quite a bit when people are showing off, but they owe other people money, or their light bill hasn't been paid, but they will go and buy themselves the newest iPhone. That's where I think it becomes a problem. And it's all just to show off, to put up a front. It's a facade at the end of the day. And I see a lot of that happening. I think now it's a little bit less, and that makes me happy. I feel like people are focusing more on wellness on social media, or at least on my algorithm, where I see there's just the same people that used to do it that I would be like, damn, like they're just showing off. Now I've noticed a little switch. Now they're focusing more on taking care of their body and not necessarily always having to post, oh, my watch, my car logo, and then the purse in the back. And it's just like, damn, it's cool. I mean, it's cool if that's what you want to do. But I personally, I don't like show offs. That's just not my thing. I feel like it's just not cute in my eyes. Like, there's no need to show off. Like, we can see when you're like intentionally trying to do something or show something, and it's, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. But again, cada quien, people are going to do what they want with their money. I'm not here trying to tell you what to do with your money, but take it from a person that has had a lot, lost a lot, didn't invest enough, but at least I realized, and now I can correct it. And it's never too late to correct it. And that's all I'm trying to tell you. Another thing that has caused, in my life anyway, some problems, it's been a little bit of a problem for me, is being too excessive, overconsumption. Even when I eat, I'm always in a rush. I have to remind myself to eat slowly, to take the time to let my body digest, to chew the food. Even as simple as that, guys. I mean, I know it's like off topic a little bit, but I needed to give you this example because this is something that I've realized lately, that it's like, okay, I just need to slow down and not eat so fast because I'm always just on the go. Enjoy it, chew, savor the food. And if you do that, you won't eat that much. And that's happened to me where I'm like, I'm in a rush, I'm eating a lot, I'm overeating. I mean, now I don't, but like I used to overserve myself. Now it's like, okay, portion control in every area of my life. I used to love a shirt and buy the same damn shirt in all the colors because I loved it. Now I'm like, okay, am I really going to wear all these colors? No, I just need one black one. I don't need 3 black ones. I just need one black one and one white one. And maybe if I want a colorful one, but before it was like, I love this so much. It's like gonna run out. That's having scarcity mindset, me thinking, oh my gosh, it's gonna run out. I need to buy 5 of the black ones because they're gonna sell out. And I would just have them there. And it's taking up space. It becomes stagnant energy. It's just excessive. Now I do my best to just buy one. Or if I have a pair of shoes that look very similar, I don't need all those shoes that look very similar. I want one nude shoe that I love and that is comfortable, because I'm not going to buy the Christian Louboutins anymore. My feet have changed, girl. Like I can't walk in them for too long. I don't need to be spending all that money on a shoe that's that expensive, that hurts my feet that much. I could just buy a shoe that looks just as good, that's half the price or less, and it's a nude shoe. And then I have a black one, and then I have some fun ones. When before it was like, oh my God, I would just buy and buy and buy. And it would make me feel like when I would clean out my closet to donate, it would make me feel very sad with myself. I felt ashamed. I felt like, oh my gosh, there's stuff that still has tags on them. That's not okay in my eyes. Like, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I need to stop doing this to myself, to the world, because where is all this clothes going? Which it makes me feel better to donate it. But the fast fashion has really messed things up for us, guys, for businesses, not only for businesses, but just for the earth, guys. Like, I don't know if you've seen those videos in, like, I think it was like India or Africa, like where all of our trash goes, especially clothing, and it's in like the ocean, and it's really bad, guys. We have a big problem, and I'm not going to get into that, but overconsumption is, in my opinion, a sin. I have learned even with my grocery shopping. I used to go to the grocery store on a weekly basis and just buy stuff that I thought I was going to eat, and then I didn't for whatever reason, because life got busy or I didn't cook or whatever the case may be, and the food would spoil. Like, what? And I remember throwing away the food. I'm like, God, I am so sorry. I feel so bad, because I'm like, this isn't cool. There are people that don't have food to eat. People are suffering. And now I'm like, okay, if there's nothing in the refrigerator besides eggs, milk, tortillas, that's what I buy. Bananas, avocados. I'm like, I know I'm going to eat those. I eat these things on a daily basis. That's all I'm going to buy. If I want to make something delicious for dinner, I'm going to go to the store that day and buy what I need. Even with that, I have gotten better, because being excessive, it almost never brings anything good. It will most likely bring feelings of guilt, of abandonment of yourself. You've abandoned yourself and your truth. It brings a lot of things, being excessive. And that is something that I work on almost every day, of reminding myself to not be excessive, because I will give excessively. And there's nothing wrong with giving excessively. It's like, okay, just give enough. You don't have to overdo it, and know where to give it. Because I love to give and I love to make people happy. And I that's just who I am. But when you start doing it and overdoing it, and you don't receive the appreciation, not that you need it back, when you don't feel that it's appreciated because you're not giving the energy in the right place, then it makes you feel a certain way about yourself. I'm not sure if that made any sense, but it makes sense to me. So I'm not saying not to give. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's okay to give. It's just being mindful, guys. This whole episode is about being mindful about what we purchase, about what we're doing, and the real reasons on why we're doing things. Make sure that that is aligned first and foremost before you purchase anything, before you go to the grocery store, all of it. Like, it's really thinking, okay, do I need this now, or am I just buying this because it's a want? Is it a luxury? Is it a necessity? Is it something that I'm buying for myself because I feel proud of myself and I deserve it? That's cool. But only you know, and only you can answer those questions. Is, okay, am I doing this for the right reasons? And that's all. Anywho, guys, I'm not trying to give you a lecture here. And again, you are grown. You can do as you please with your money. I just suggest that we're mindful in every area of our lives and try not to fall into the pressures of the world, especially on the algorithm, because our phones hear us and they know what we're looking for and what we want. And just take a moment to ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is it just something that it's an impulsive decision, an impulsive purchase? Because I've done those too, and I've been better at returning. You guys, I used to be a queen of not returning things. Now I'm like, let's return it. Nope. I'm going to return it if it doesn't fit. The other day I went to the store. Dude, anyone that knows me knows that I'll never try anything on. I'll take it home, and sometimes I try it on. And then if I try it on like months later and I'm like, oh, it didn't fit, by then it's too late to return it. It was a whole thing. But the other day I went to the store and I tried on clothes because I despise the lighting in almost every dressing room. The lighting is horrible. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. But I just turned around and I said, I'm not going to look at this overhead lighting. I don't know who invented this. It was horrible. I just turned around. I took off, I was like trying things on and I was very proud of myself. Even Amelia was like, you're going to try it on? I'm like, yes, because I'm not doing this. It either fits and I love it and I'm taking it home or not. And there were jeans, a color of jeans that I didn't have. So I even thought about that. I'm like, do I have this color? I'm not buying. I had like 20 jeans, the same color scheme. I was like, girl, no, you only need 2 max. One could be straight leg, wide leg, etc. But it's like, dude, it was crazy. Anyway, I don't know how I got to this point again, but I just had to say that. I hope you guys enjoy your day. And I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful for you. And yeah, just think a little bit about what I'm talking about. Just think about it. Let it process. Let it simmer. Let it marinate. And if you know someone in your life that needs a little help in this area, it's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's all right, guys. I'm sure we're not the only ones. Share the episode. And yeah, that is all for now. Thank you again for being here. And I will catch you on the next episode of your favorite podcast. Say it out loud. Chiquis and Chill. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.